Now we are talking about the linear antenna. Now linear antenna means what? These are mainly the dipole antenna. Okay, so dipole antenna, you can have this dipole antenna. This is what the dipole antenna I am drawing. Okay, so here this is, here you can have, here this may be your plus terminal, or this may be your negative terminal, because you are giving feed here. Okay, so your input, whatever your input you are giving here, this is what your input. Now whatever the length of antenna, that is always in terms of the lambda. So why we are talking in terms of lambda? What is the importance of lambda? That we have to understand very first, then and then we can understand the dipole antenna. Now, here dipole lambda is what? Simply, you can have lambda is equals to, denoted by the lambda alphabet, equals to what? C by F. What is C? C is the speed of light, and F equals to what? F is equals to frequency of operation. Now, if I will give you the two examples, here I will have this example. This is dipole, one of the dipole I'll draw. This is one dipole, and this is the another dipole. Okay, I'm just giving the example. Suppose this I'll say the dipole antenna. This one is antenna A, and this is what my antenna B. Two antennas are there. Now antenna A and antenna B. Now physical dimension of antenna A is what? It is shorter than the antenna B. But electrically, just look at the word very carefully. Electrically, which antenna is smaller or larger? Now electrically means what? Physical dimension is okay. Now we can see here, this is the smaller, antenna A is smaller, antenna B is larger. But electrical dimension may be same or may not be. It is depend on what? It is depend on the frequency of operation. If antenna A and antenna B are operating at for the same frequency, then what we says, that is in terms of lambda, it is maybe true. Now we will understand what do you mean by the electrical dimension of the antenna. And always for the comparison, this is the most important parameter. If you will see any paper or something, there they say the compact antenna. Now compact means in terms of size. If you are using an antenna for a frequency that is a lower frequency in megahertz, so its size is larger. If you are using an antenna for the frequency of gigahertz, its size is comparatively very, very small. Why? Because it is lambda dependent. What is the thumb rule? Thumb rule says lambda by 4 is the standard standard length of the antenna. That is in general, this is the thumb rule for the understanding. Now, I'll give you the two example. What is lambda and what is its significance? What is the significance of lambda and why it is important for the antenna? Okay, so we know this formula that lambda, I'll write here lambda in terms of capital L. Okay, so that it will be easy for us further, because I do not have the annotation, I cannot use. So I will use instead of lambda LAM, or lambda I will use, no problem. Okay, so lambda. Now, if you will have the significance of this lambda, what is the significance of this? If I will have lambda for a frequency, I'll give the example. What is your C? C equals to 3 into 10 to the power, how much? Anybody? 3 into 10 to the power 8. Okay.
Yes.
3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. Okay. So this is to the power. So I will write this power. So 3 into 10 to the power 8. Okay. So this is what my C. I'll take the frequency. Frequency is another parameter. Now I'll take the frequency f equals to, intentionally I'll take 3 megahertz. Okay, so that the calculation becomes easy. 3 megahertz means how much? I'll say this is f1.
3 to 10 to the power 6, right?
Yes, right. So this is the first example. So in the first example, what I'll take? The frequency equals to 3 megahertz. Now what will be my lambda? For
100.
yes. So my lambda becomes 3 into 10 to the power 8 divided by 3 into 10 to the power 6. So it becomes 100. Okay. So my lambda, I'll put my lambda equals to 100. Unit?
Meter.
How meter? Because this is C is meter per second, frequency is per second. Per second will get cancelled, it is meter. So this is called the balancing of unit. Okay. So this is 100 meter.
Yes.
100 meter is the lambda. I'll give the another example. That is example number 2. So here I will take frequency equals to something else. So I'll take this is 3 gigahertz for the making calculation very simpler. Okay. So 3 gigahertz is the frequency. Now quickly, can you give me the wavelength? The formula is
0.1 meter.
0.1
Meter.
meter. Okay. Now, two examples are there. Now, in this two example, if I will go, my thumb rule, as I told, lambda by 4. This is what your lambda. Okay. Here 100 meter. So, for this frequency of 3 megahertz, so lambda by 4 means this is lambda 100 by 4, that is 25 meter will be height of your antenna for 3 megahertz if the thumb rule be obeyed. Okay. And if your frequency is 3 gigahertz, then this is 0.1 meter, 0.1 by 4. So that is 0.025 meter. Means how much it is? 25 centimeter. So here 25 meter and here 25 centimeter. So this is what the difference due to the frequency. But here I want to explain that depending upon depending upon the wavelength, the antenna height will change. As we will study, last time we discussed the lambda by 2 antenna in the practical. Lambda by 2 means this is the wavelength, lambda by 2. Now, here the main important thing is we have to understand what is the physical significance of lambda. Why lambda is important? Why this physical significance of lambda is so much important? So for that, I'll explain here. So I'll just try to explain this importance of the lambda. Now I'll take the 1 minute. Okay. So I'll take this as the wavelength. Two example I'll take. One for the this example number 1, and the another I'll take for the example. First, we are going to understand what is the physical significance of lambda. Can you explain me what is the physical significance of lambda? This is what you are. This is what you are. Okay, positive up cycle and this is negative up cycle. Okay. Now this is time period. Suppose this is time period and this is current. on this axis here, this is the current I, and this is time period. So you know that is what actually happening. Suppose this is what in conductor, this is what your antenna or conductor. This from here the source goes. So what happened? The supply goes here, here, and it goes this way. Now positive half cycle means what? In a conductor, the current is in the what? Positive means this is what your positive half cycle, and this is what your negative half cycle. What it indicate? Graphically, we have done that. Actually, the current, direction of current, it is from this way to this way. Okay, the current is going this way. But in the positive half cycle, if the current goes this way, in the negative half cycle, the current goes this way. Okay, so the current direction for the negative half cycle, current direction for this negative half cycle is this way. Now, what is
So
happening?
this is the example of AC current, right?
AC current we are talking, because in the antenna we don't talk about DC, because the antenna last lecture I explained very clearly that DC doesn't have any meaning in the antenna, because DC is not having any acceleration or deceleration, that is the direct current. Only AC is having the acceleration and deceleration. So that's why it creates a displacement current. Okay, so displacement current is there. So due to the displacement current, there is radiation. If you remember that I explained the Maxwell's equation, del cross H equals to JC. This is for the steady DC current, that is the steady current. For the time varying, it is become del cross H equals to JC plus JD. You can refer the previous video if you have the doubt. Now here what current direction is changing. Now current is going this way. In negative half cycle, current is going in the opposite way. You can see the magnitude. The magnitude, this is magnitude of the current I am talking. Here magnitude is 0, then gradually increasing. Here it is 0. Magnitude you can see. Here the magnitude is 0. Here gradual increase. Here small increase. Here small increase. Here the maximum. Again decrease, 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 0. Then reverse direction. Again magnitude increase, 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 maximum. Decrease, 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 0. Okay. So this way, what is happening? It is increasing, maximum, decreasing, 0. Increasing, increasing, maximum, decreasing, 0. Continuously this is happening. So what it mean? The lambda, what is the significance? This is happening for the time. Now what is the significance of the lambda? Okay, now if you have taken this, okay, so I will take it here somewhere. Now if I will take the antenna, okay, now this is suppose a wire, any conductor, don't consider antenna, conductor, consider the conductor. Now for this waveform, what is this? It is for this conductor, it start from here. It start from initial, if this is the source. Then it goes direct here, 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 here. The intensity is increasing, increasing. It goes here because this is the complete positive half cycle. And negative half cycle is what? It comes and it comes back. So it goes forward, comes back, goes forward, comes back, goes forward, comes back. This represent your sinusoidal waveform. So this length, whatever this length is there, it goes forward and comes back. So this length is called lambda. Now this lambda is depend on what? So we have this example here. What is this example? Here, what is the length? 100 meter. So if I will see here, this is if I will see here, this is the 0th meter, and this length, suppose this conductor, what I am saying, is a 100 meter conductor. So what is happening? in this 100-meter conductor, this wavelength is what? Complete wavelength means the complete waveform is 100 meter. So what is happening? That half distance from 0 to 50, half the distance is go forward. So half the distance, what you can see, half the distance from here to the 50 meter, here it goes half the distance, it goes forward. So from here to half the distance, that is 50 meter. Okay, so here I'll write 50 meter. I'm explaining about the lambda. So for till the 50 meter it goes forward. And what happened after that? After that, remaining from the 50 meter it comes back. From the 50 meter it comes back in the reverse direction. So 50 meter it goes forward, 50 meter it's come back. 50 meter forward, 50 meter come back. So in the distance of this 50 meter, you will have the positive waveform, that is here where the intensity, whatever the intensity graph is there, 0, increase, 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 maximum, then 0, then decrease, 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 then 0, and the negative waveform. So here in this distance, it goes forward, the waveform goes forward till 50 meter and come back. This happened in this example. This is example 1. Okay, what is happening? This is happening for the example number 1. What is happening for the example number 2? So that we'll see. So for the example number 2,
0.05 to the right and 0.05 to the left, cancelling out each other, right?
yes, yes, cancelling out. Nahi, this is not cancelling out. This goes forward and come back reverse. Suppose this is your second example. Now in the second example, this is what your the length. Okay, so what happened? The half the way. Okay, half the way it goes forward. So in the second example, half it goes forward and then half it comes back. So what is the distance here? Here this is 0. Okay, and this end, this is what? 0.25. 0.025. Am I right? 0.1
So
divided.
it will be 0.05, right? 0.1 divided by 2.
Now we are talking 0.1. Sorry, I'm taking this is 0.1. 0.1. Sorry, this is 0.1 only. Sorry, this is 0.1, and here how much? Half is
0.05, sir.
0.05. Okay, so here half the distance it become 0.05. Half the distance, here half the distance it becomes 0.05. So what happened for this second example? I'm talking for this second example. For the second example, what happened? For this we are talking. Okay, so half the distance is go forward. Okay, it goes forward 0.05 and it come back 0.05 meter. So this way, now you just assume that this is what 50 meter and this is what 0.05 meter. So that is what 0.05 meter means. It is simply assume this. Okay, so this is 10 centimeters. So this is 5 centimeter in terms of the centimeter. So this way it is forward and reverse. This happened. This is called lambda. And based on for this frequency or this frequency, if you want to design an antenna, so here lambda is for this. If I want to design an antenna for lambda by 4, so this is what 100. So my lambda by 4 is 25 meter. Okay, so my antenna, whatever my antenna height or length, that will be 25 meter. Here that is something different. This is what? This divide by 4, so you can get 0.025. Okay, So this way, the lambda is most important. What I mean to explain here, reference to the antenna, that if your waveform is this, so that is very large. If your waveform is this, that is very small. Wavelength is very small. Here wavelength is large. Here wavelength is very small. So that depends your antenna. Okay. So this is what. So that's why you have to understand infinitely small dipole antenna means lambda by 50, means very, very small antenna compared to the electrical length. Lambda by 10 is also called the small dipole antenna. Okay. Lambda by 4, lambda by 2, that are the practical antenna that can be used. So here why we are using a very infinitely small dipole antenna? Because we require to do the analysis. And for the small portion, analysis is very important, or it is very simple. So is there any question in this?
Sir, if the wavelength is less, then more information is transferred, right, over by the antenna.
Wait. Here there is nothing to do with information. Here wavelength, now we are wavelength means we are talking about the carrier information, whatever the information, whatever is there. So that is different part. We are simply talking about the carrier waveform. In the modulation, what you are transmitting? You are transmitting carrier, and in the carrier, whatever the modulation system you are using, that is information is inbuilt in the carrier. Amplitude modulation, frequency modulation, whatever the ASK, FSK, whatever the thing is there. But what you are transmitting, whether it is the analog modulation or digital modulation, you are sending the continuous waveform, that is the microwave signal or electromagnetic signal. And what we are talking here about the carrier signal only. We are not going to mix anything with the information signal, because antenna doesn't have to do anything about the information signal. Are you getting this?
Okay.
This is what the example, I'll give the example that will give you the clear understanding. Suppose from here, I want to go to college. Okay. So what happened? I'll just go to the down. I'll take my car and I'll go to the college. So, and at the college parking, I'll park my car and I'll go to the college. So information is this way. So I want to go to college, but I'll take the car. Okay. So car will take me there. So car is acting as a carrier for me. It is carrying me to college. So same thing, this high frequency signal, it is carrying the information to the end. So now at this end, before at the transmitter, what you are imposing the carrier, you are imposing information on the carrier. Different technique. The technique may be the analog or digital. Now just see here, digital modulation technique, ASK, FSK, QPSK, whatever the system you are using, but the carrier signal is continuous. Information is digital, but carrier signal is continuous. If you are using analog, okay, then information is in the analog form, but carrier signal is continuous. It is the sinusoidal waveform generally. Okay, so we are talking now in terms of antenna. Wherever we will have the discussion, we talk in terms of the carrier, the only the high frequency signal. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now we will stop here and I'll go for the PPT. So I'll stop here.